Alright, this is episode 9 of Chola, which there's an epidemic of consumption that's ongoing, as it's now 8:40, and Maharaja of Vikramâtittâ, in which recently, well, I lost a leg. Yeah, the tunnels event again. And this old woman came, sent her out, there was a peasant revolt, I got hurt, I lost my leg. I don't think I'll be long for this world, but do tell that my son that he will be great. He'll be a great Maharaja, and when this disease is over, we're going to have him married or betroth somebody younger. And while we're at it, go find some young women for him to be his concubines, so he can have as many children just to start off his generation, which I believe it will be the new generation of the Chola Kingdom. Not the girl from there, but she's been living here for a while. We'll engage her in a theological debate. Listen, you're a bit old for this, so go take the vows. Even though she is not identified by sect, but she'll be a Jain nun anyhow. Which I forgot, she's a known murderer. But I can't arrest her. Because that's for a different crime. Now what? Huh. Would you at least stop? Life in seclusion isn't so bad. After finishing a hearty breakfast, I belched contentedly, and I remarked upon my foresightedness, ensuring Cholamandalam's larders were well stocked. However, as soon as words leave my lips, I noticed a suddenly panicked look on my servant's face. My Maharaja, you just ate the very last pickled boar's head, and all still our food stocks are nearing exhaustion. Furthermore, so John strode on until a gas listen. No more pickled boar's head? This isn't good. A real Jain would not eat that stuff, but again, that's just in a text. It always says that when you get this. Right? Oh, this isn't good. You are forgiven. Tagadur, man. Suffered significant depopulation, and what's this? I did not do that. I did not exterminate those cats. That wasn't me. Whoever's running that county is... Did you kill those cats? Was it you? Maybe it was you. I don't know. How am I supposed to know who one of these characters got the event where cats have to be killed? One of you people have violated himself for this. The killing of cats. What kind of Jains are you? Anyways, I've searched Cholamandal from top to bottom. I've come to realize there are really no more pickled spores heads. Not only that, all the other food stocks are nearing exhaustion. The servant could have really mentioned that. Tough times ahead for all of us. I may die of poor health and in relation that severely injured for this. But please, not my son. I mean, he's gonna grow up to be a man this year. My nephew, he's dead. Slain by Samnata. Remember wheel life or death. Which means my nephew, there was a bounty on his head. Well, we may never know who was wrong, but yeah, he's killed a few. None of which were related from that war. Mind you, he was a participant during that War to free captives, one of the noted individuals. Um, I recall there's another noted character. Where's the Agats? They took Delhi. He inherited Delhi. That's where his capital is now. Delhi, Maharashtra, Telangana. Hmm. Yeah, I just gulped. And there's another independent... Oh, wrong screen. Another independent Jain country? Interesting. Oh, except those two. Some would say, is Jainism really becoming a player in affairs? There's that too. Disaster. Cholamandalam's rats have managed to find meager remaining food supplies and have eaten what remained. Good, naked. With food supplies dwindling, it's been brought to my attention that the basement of Cholamandal contains a large number of rats which can be caught and eaten. Oh, I don't want to gain that. I'm trying to be a good layman for the Sangha. I'm gonna have to start eating rats. I'm sorry. It's for the survival of our... He's a skilled tactician. And a good-looking prince at that. Mind you, he got his looks from his mother, who has not yet been caught in that infliction. But he hasn't shut the gates. But she did. I don't know why they haven't. I mean, they should. So they could be kept safe. Yeah, this pleases me. So all I could say is, you'll live. I can guarantee you that. He's only an accomplished squire and diligent. You'll get married one day. Or betrothed for about a few years. But it should be... Is it time for charity? No, it's not. It hasn't expired. Wait until November. But too bad your learning skill is too low to be sent off to the Chinese Academy. Instead, you'll be tutored. We do have a military tutor active. Yeah. You'll be tutored by him. After what seems like forever, the wound from my maiming is completely healed. That's the one who wounded me. Fine. Yeah, now I have one-eyed and one-legged. And they call me Vikramâtittâ the Lame. Because of the missing leg. Which, all I can say is, well, since my father is the pious, my brother was wise, and now I'm the lame. I'm a cripple. Oh well. But the only positive thing we'll remember about Vikramâtitâ is he was the one that ended that tragic war. War between family members. War for his love. In which she's a Jain nun now. Charity. Just more religious merit. I'm surprised they have not given me a mission yet. But next year's time I will switch to theology. Again, who was that Raja that was also a noted participant in that war? I'm trying to remember that vassal's name. I know he was a Raja. I was thinking, I know he had the second, but unfortunately there's too many seconds. You know what that means? Well, actually, he was there too. He's still our commander, which he is cured of his consumption, but not of cancer. So that means it's him, myself, my ex-wife, now none. Who else on that commander's side of things that was with us during these hostilities? No, it's us three. We're the last three living members, or veterans, of noted individuals. Oh, and don't forget the Kalinga woman. I mean, I'm not saying those who took part in combat, I'm talking about names. My daughter was betrothed to the Kalinga Ganga. Yes, well, he broke the non-aggression pact, and now the pact is back on. If his legendary kindness wills it. He accepts. See, I told you it would come the way around. We're gonna be good friends, you and I. The relationship between the Cholas and the Kalingas will go far. Because we can use them as not only to fight against Rashtrakuta, but also to help them out in their wars, to stop the palace from expanding anything further south. Because I fear one day they will take Bihar. I fear that they will take Bihar. They will form the Bengal Empire, and they can't be stopped. So that's why Kalinga is to be used to block them from their imperial ambition. Well, meanwhile, this disease just won't leave. When does the pirates thing expire? 3 years. And we're getting these shipments. Is somebody here a member of the... Aha! This mayor here. This mayor is a member of the Great Trade League. You're doing well. Somehow you are still... Despite in this disease country, trade is still happening. Remember, September. I remember something. That old chainmail armor. Hey, Gujarat. Or... Well, actually it depends. Who needs it more? That realm may be united one day. The bone that was once belonged to the Buddha himself. The service or a reminder of the great Gautama Buddha. The original owner? Apparently Rajput. And he was a lunatic. I'm sure he was a lunatic when he's... I wouldn't say he stole the bone of the Buddha, but... There used to be the tooth of the Buddha there, but that's lost. So is it them? This one has no artifacts. Remember I said want to improve relations with Kalinga? Hey, here's some chainmail armor. We'll be there in your wars one day. I am speaking in tongues, screaming obscenities at random times. Most often when a new grantha preaches, sometimes lying on the ground writhing in apparent pain. I suddenly remember these things people believe to be possessed. Begone, foul demon! Now I'm possessed. This seclusion is really, really getting to me. They call me the lame and possessed. How's my ex-wife? Still doing alright. And she has rose gardens at her residence in that temple. But so you haven't promoted yet. Still Stravika. Female. Keep it up like that. She'll become a brahmachari or whatever is the female equivalent of that. Ooh, a lot of money. The barony. I inherited the Maldives. Murdered by him. Well, guess there was probably a rivalry between the two. Since now I inherit the Maldives, which is did your part of Chola Nadu. Hey, look, a retinue. Correct? Is this a retinue? No, event spawn troops. You know what? Bring them to the capital. May never know. They're the remnants from that peasant revolt. No. Maybe. I don't know. They were there. I guess. Oh yeah, the little girl. Never gave you a childhood focus, but since you're rowdy, I guess that means martial education too. Yeah, they'll remain posted. You know what, since he's leading troops in that area, I was thinking, should he catch the disease? I just let him die so this guy can have it. Who knows? Have a morbid sense of humor. Look, you haven't shut the gates. You're still gonna get catched by that disease anyhow, so... There it is. My tutors have seen success. My son has obtained a love for learning that will help him in life. I was quite fruitful. So he's diligent and erudite. Good mind. But that's all I could do for me. And, what's your combat skill? Where am I? Oh, I can switch it now. The theology. Even though they have not given me a single mission, but... Go on a pilgrimage one day. Now the barony. That's where I was. Needs more elephants. They'll be useful in future conflicts. The disease started 3 years ago. Should be gone next month. Because it shouldn't be here this long. Nope, it's still there, and it's been depopulated. Dagador had a significant depopulation. Congo with minor. No depopulation here. And she became proud. Oh, don't do that. What? I was thinking, was it not eating rats is what made you proud? Out of here. I don't think it's the gates. Maybe. I don't know what she did, but you shouldn't be proud, but... Clearly she did. I'm sure she'll come around. I can't perform an exorcism. No, you can't perform an exorcism as a Jain. That's for Christians only. There ain't no Christians here. No, they're replaced with Hindus. Now we can open the gates. Which people will be mad at me again. See, the realm prosper's almost done. Once it's done, then it's time to get rid of her. And possibly that man as well. Possibly. Revoked your honorary title. What honorary title? Look, sorry about this. What can help you to get your opinion up a bit? Food shortage is over. If I were to revoke her now, she would definitely say yes. But the other Hindu vassals would be mad at me. Well, if they're still Hindu vassals, these are just all pujaris and whatnot. You will stop calling me a coward one day. But just wait, don't revoke. Well, yeah, you can. She won't rebel because it says yes, so just do it. Any pujaris that remain here are mad at me, well then, stay mad. If I see negative, well, I'll get rid of you too. So now I can control that county, which is not part of Cheranadu. Anyone else? Just some mayor, which... Oh, Hindu mayor. Pujari? Mayor? You know what? You have a lot of money. Just start sending gifts. Be a gift giver. You're charitable. I'm not here to antagonize the Hindus. Not again. Not like my father. So I could finally change the law. Including you two. Everyone gets money. Now there's no ambition for me to pick. And with that, accomplished this goal. Yet they call me the lame, but I did another good thing in this reign. Switch to primogeniture. In which, my son, you need to start giving away titles once you become Maharaja. Let's get you married. Like, just somewhere in a relevant region that you can have a claim to, which has to be a strong claim or weak claim which can be inherited. Oh god. Oh hey. I was thinking about, going up against this area for a subjugation war. Or it's like, instead, how about we subjugate them and then inherit that? Because we want to enlarge Tamilakam, in which would lead to the eventual creation of the kingdom of Karnataka. So future wars are to be fought, and in future generations I will see the formation of the Deccan Empire. Yes. That's what's going to happen. No, not me. Parantaka. Gangavadi Raj. And she just turned 16, and is brawny and shrewd, but chaste, but wouldn't worry about it. Say yes. Again, once inherited by a successor, it says if the claimant is male or either gender, if the claimant has one. Weak claims are given to children who were not second or third in line on succession. Okay, I'm thinking about that, but what are the other choices? Like, how about somewhere up in Rashtrakuta? Which, of course, you know, a big gain through inheritance, that would just be a little scary. Or at least in this region. The Palavarons still exist? Well, if they don't get children soon, not for long. Or in that area. Anyways, let me see the other choices. Looking for claims. Not by, like, how good looking the woman is or how strong the woman is, no. Screw it. You will marry her. I mean, we will not get a non-aggression pact, but there's a claimant in that, if inherited by successor or whatnot. Which again, I'm no expert in such things. Get the money. I was about to say, why did that go down? Oh, I guess I have too much. Oh, primal geniture. When you get rid of Gavelkind, there goes the domain size too. So who wants this? This counter here. That's what I want to know. I'll probably just give it to one of my veteran commanders. What, veteran is loosely stated. Or perhaps you, because you're of that dynasty. You know, the dynasty that my wife is of. And plus, you govern your kind of people there. What's the county called again? Oh no. You were born strong, you should have children or whatnot. Matter of fact, let me have you married someone, if we have any. Well, I guess the youngest. And with the non-aggression pact, that means they cannot raise any factions towards me. That's trying to create a more stable realm. I cannot become a Muni if I'm possessed. There reportedly lives a Tengri mystic not far from our borders. Even though he's a heathen, the locals respect him and turn to him in times of need. Rumors say that the mystic named Toltogol is able to call healing spirits into the bodies of his patients. He would be willing to take up residence in my court for a small fee. He would do just fine. Come on, Tengri. Oh boy, I need to get rid of that possessed trait, along with cynical. Just give me a mission already. I will take a vow to celibacy. I don't plan on having children. Wife died. build a great work. Again, build a great work to at least stage 2, and if you complete that ambition, extra future will be built on my great work. Again, you get that ambition whenever you have 1,000 gold. And I'm not building no wonder in this lifetime. No, not gonna happen. You'd have to be a very strong ruler of a very strong economy to building a wonder. And at a much younger age, too. It ain't gonna happen in this character's lifetime. And I talked of expansion, and we're gonna make it happen. This will be an easy war. But I'm not leading troops because I'm too crippled. Oh, this is gonna split the realm. We're only taking parts that are a digital part of Kannada. Or just... That would definitely hurt my reputation. As far as if I want to vassalize the whole dang place instead of subjugating. Fine. Whatever gives me the option to grab the most land. What's our rally? Cholamandalam. Oh, don't forget about these guys from the Maldives. I'm sure someone's going to take charge of this land. You didn't get all of them. Pick the rest up. Off you go. Oh wait, did she not have consumption during that entire time? Preserver of poetry. Keep working. You'll be a great nun one day. My goodness, the amount of troops that a person with a high martial skill can muster. I don't even have war focus on anymore. Where's your army? Alampur. And this is the first war where the war elephants are featured. This place is neglected as heck. Should spend money on that. Charity? Perfect timing. I got lots of money. I did my duty, I tell ya. I will be promoted to Brahmachari. Unfortunately, I cannot be a Muni because of cynical and possessed. And we shall meet them there. Thank you. A weak old man who is a doctor of philosophy. Can I have him? Yes, I can. Make you a philosophical tutor. You're in a safe place away from the war. 70% war score. Get me some elephants. Today in the market I watched as a poor beggar took his bowl full of coins and went straight into the tavern to buy drink. Perhaps mankind is unlovable after all. No more charity. I don't want to get stressed. But don't worry, you can get that charitable trait easily. Yeah. Now, take a vow of celibacy. Since, haven't had children, and I figured, well, have you impregnated her yet? Well, it's gonna take a while. She's chaste. But watch her back. She's pretty intriguing. Speaking of watching your back. Stop that. Like hell. Look, I'm all for expansion, but you don't want to expand too fast, or there'll be revolts. You're in prison? But anyways, he says, it has come to attention of the Heavenly Emperor that the merchants from your lands have been acting with deceit and dishonesty, or while conducting trade with our merchants. We are certain that you will make sure this behavior will cease immediately. Look, the economy hasn't been at best lately. It's been more than 10 years since the war ended, and you could say we were living in the Great Depression. Let me see. Reprimanded merchants. Crap, do you want to... Or just here? And I kinda need the grace. Just Cholamandalam and nowhere else, alright? I'll have them seek out to deal with the worst troublemakers. Apparently, Vikramâtitâ, it's like, yeah, he's a good man, but, well, somewhat of a good man, but he's a terrible businessman. Despite the fact that real life Jain's kind of, the layman, they excel in business. Just based on what I've read. Don't we have a guy that's siege leader? Yeah, bring him in. And since I'm talking about siege, here's something I need you before you lose that civil war and I will lose all the grace. Give me some siege engineers. It's famed for their skills of engineering warfare. I can request some siege engineers to come as service commanders for my warmongering needs. These characters of the Way of the Leopard trait 50% speed. Huh. War engineers. Okay, 3 Mongol Taoists that are siege leaders. One's 55, one's 37, the other's 35. Yeah. They defeat this army. Despite you being cancerous and a veteran of the Captives' War, at least you're still alive. God dang it, not again with the traitors. It says it reached us that the traders and travelers have been harassed by raiders in the land of Maharaja. Don't want to be arbitrary, but send my marshal to hunt them down. Get him. Get them. I told you, bad business. He arrives bruised and alone from his venture jar of raiders. Unfortunately, he brings us news that he's been unable to fight off the raiders from our land. Annoying pests. It's only in Cholamandalam and Madura have the best economy. Tagador is very low is because a lot of dead people there. These are poor provinces, and now caravan raiders, marauding pirates. It just keeps getting worse all the time. You're just uncouth, and that's the only thing you're going to be known for. Must learn on your own. Maybe perhaps I should have sent you to the mother. Matter of fact, would she accept? She's an embarrassed believer. Must be a failed meditation mission. Hey, God dang it. Take it. Just raise it how you want to raise it, right? Even though it's kind of too late for that. Oh, yeah. I was about to say, did I send someone else? Because I did not pay attention to the names. My Gujarati nephew has been slain by this man again. Look, I can understand he's bounty hunting, but he's killed two of my nephews. There's something about him, alright? Killing my kin. Okay, it's just, I didn't pay attention just to wait for comment. For a long while now, I've not felt the presence of Tirthan and Karas in my thoughts. I'm starting to wonder whether there's really any truth in the Angra Sutras, or perhaps just an old book written by clever liars. Perish these blasphemous thoughts. No longer cynical. Now get rid of possessed, and I will be on my way out of here. I'm 50 years old now. Why not? War scores 100%. Have you impregnated her yet? Take your time. There's no rush. If your wife dies, then I'll get you some concubines. Now you serve under me. And apparently still pay tribute to them. And you want to be on the council? I got one for you. We'll get along fine. Huh. The Pujari has clearly explained how he deals with sometimes unforgiving and stressful life through virtue. Listening to him, I learned to be at more peace with myself by being more virtuous. Oh, hey! My half-brother, who is 63 years old. He's a guru. Not in our tribe, but he's a guru. He's in that Hindu monastic society. Well, thank you for teaching me about how to be charitable again, because that's your only virtue. Thank you, brother. Half-brother. Glad your life didn't go to waste. I didn't know he was able to promote himself as far as guru, which is third highest. Fourth is Archaya. They use that same term for Hindus in addition to Jains. And with that non-aggressive pact, I cannot expand anymore. That's only in hypothetical. Did your parts. The ones that I will still be holding. It's going to be a real strong kingdom very soon. And if I die of natural death, well then, fine by me. Just as soon as his reign begins and you converted to Jainism, I wanted you to be Hindu. I didn't ask you to be Jain unless someone convinced you. You'll come around. But don't join no Sangha, alright? I don't want you to. Ah. Well, you lost that position. Zealous Hindu. Great. Start swaying him. Just trying to keep the realm stable. Once this third level goes away, even though there's nobody on the defense pack against me, do you think it's necessary to pick up another vassal? Okay, I think it's alright. Ah, we'll be fine. Just wait till beginning of next year. And then we'll start the next war. Oh, and by the way, as a Jain, if we take that area, then... Well, it's still going to be held by Hindus when we take it. Still. And again, there are counties that we have that are Hindu held. So once reign begins, he can go back to being Hindu, as he should be. It's more useful to him to be Hindu than as a Jain or anything else. Stop. Let's subjugate him, since there's nobody, you know. It's going to cost me a lot of purity for this, but it'll be worth it. No need for that. You know, we got him surrounded. Dog pile. Dingambara Jain. Take the vows. You shouldn't be leading troops. You should be in a monastery. I was about to say, there's Jains in that room? Guess just this one guy. Notice my sister Rahabai drowsing off in her seat. Meanwhile, our fellow the Sharaka Samgar, deep in their contemplation, do not seem to notice yet. Dingambara Jain, and apparently she's a giant. And when you see female characters of Dingambara Jain, just like the men, they're naked too, even though in real life they do not do that for obvious reasons. It's a little odd that for the first time in my life since my wife, I've seen her naked. The Order and the Tirthankaras care so much for the souls of our members. As such, we'd like to advise you to go on a pilgrimage, so that you have not yet done so. I will. My father once went, and maybe I should take a short pilgrimage and go here, where our troops are stationed at, sieging the area. Sacred texts illuminate me. I told Kirmal to stay at home just as I finished purchasing my gift. To her, I'd turn around and see her trying to hide from me. The surprise is ruined. Can't blame her. Get me the Mongol. We need to siege that thing faster. Well, meanwhile, continue with the building of military. Knowing that we're going to be a very expansive kingdom. Just to show my commitment. Alright, your first child, but it's a donor. Sure. I know a woman named that. But it was only for time. "100% war score. Nobody's paying each other tribute from now on. You're all in this together. But we do not have enough to take Karnata. Create the kingdom of it, I should speak. Because to do so, you need to control one more county. Which isn't too hard. With so many Kannada vassals, in the future we might see threats of wars of independence if my son isn't careful. And speaking of careful, hope you're healthy and in good graces. I'm giving you a second chance. If you don't get another daughter, excuse me, if you don't get a son by this, like if you have a second daughter, I'm giving you concubines. Just saying. Time to go on a pilgrimage. I shall do a pilgrimage to one of the holy sites of the Jain faith, seeking enlightenment and purification. This one, I'm going to go to the closest one. Yeah, it's here. We're going to the White Pond of Shravana Belgola. Shravana Belagola. Easy for me to say. Yep, just as I suspected. But our levy is so large we shouldn't worry about it. I packed my things and made preparations for my household to make do without me. It is time to start my pilgrimage for Shravana Belagola. My journey begins. And the old war veteran is Regent. He may one day pass away from cancer since he just jinxed himself. It's going to be a short trip. Just follow up the river and you'll be there. Okay. Just go through the hills and you're there. The Thieves' Guild in the Maldives has been eradicated. Since this journey began, I've come past through many cities and villages. Few have been as poor as the settlement now lies before us. Men, women, and children live in such poverty that it's hard to see how they endure. Yet, they're some of the happiest people I've ever come across. Maybe just imagine. Maybe I'm crossing through this province where there's a significant depopulation and the economy is bad, but I can learn much from these villagers. Up the stewardship. Moderation is the key. Shravana Belagola. I have finally arrived in Shravana Belagola, the White Pond of Shravana. For centuries, great monks and Shravakas have meditated here on the hills of Chandragiri and Vinyagiri. Among them even great kings and emperors. As I approach the main pool, I reflect on the faith of Bahubali, whose atonement for his sins and salvation into godhood is commemorated here by the 57-feet statue in his likeness. Shravana Belagola is the site of many Jain matas and temples, is the site where some of the holiest scriptures are kept. Fortunately, I have arrived in time for the Mahamastaka Hishika ceremony and get to watch as the statue of Bahubali is bathed and anointed and sprinkled with powders of sandalwood and vermilion. It is time I proceed to the temples and matas this place. Not to be confused with, the character named Bahubali from the Bahubali movies, which I've seen them both. Good ones. One of the siege engineers passed away, and I gained some grace as a way of, here's a refund. But the Mongols might be kicked out of China soon, if they don't get their act together. Unless I send them a command. There are people here from every corner of the world. Though we are united in reverence of the holy place, their languages, clothes, and even people themselves seem exotic and different. Meeting and conversing with strangers is in itself an experience that impacted me more than the religious aspects of the pilgrimage itself. Must talk to them all. Didn't pick it up. I am home at last from my journey. I've learned new things and experienced greatness of the faith with interesting people. While it's good to be home, I'm confident I will remember this trip very fondly. Great experience. We're glad you're here to perform pilgrimage in the name of our faith. It was the journey of a lifetime. Rising up in the ranks pretty fast is not Kashulak. Kundaka Devi is still a Shravi. Now this capital is heavily fortified. Lamkana Kingdom? For who? This man? I was about to say, where'd you get that claimant? From her. Uh-huh. Huh! So, yeah. The King of Lanka is 14, but born inbred. Lamakana? Oh boy. Mind if I look at family tree real quick? Just to see how the heck did that happen? I think it may have been a cousin marriage. Look at that. Half of South India belongs to the Chola and Rashtrakuta still weakened because of incompetent monarchs and lack of structure, whereas we have a very strong economy, especially under Jain kings. That's why I said at the beginning of that series, I said that Jainism would play a role. It sure did. A well-dressed merchant has requested an audience. The man presents himself as Master Ravia ben Jeremias, a representative of the Jewish Mennonite merchants, and implores, we are seeking to set up an office in Congo. We lack the funds. If you would sponsor us, we would be eternally grateful. Well, she's going to hate me for this, but sure the office will not do. You shall govern Narapuri. I'm sure she's going to want that city back. I'll give it to her. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the assassination. Cannot interact herself. Stop this nonsense. What are you doing? I'm trying not to become a known murderer. I mean, I understand he's a terrible person, but even the most of terrible people can be redeemed. I want no part of this plot anymore. Stop it. What else? I had something else in my mind, but it's gone. Lost my train of thought. Okay. Better be a son, or I'm going to start giving you some women, some concubines. I may have to spend some money to get women here. Club-footed brawny man who is a cavalry leader. Again, they call me the lame, because I'm a cripple. You know, if we raise that money big again, I think I know what to spend on next. And that's something that I just kind of overlooked it, and I cared more about infrastructure. Building buildings in the domain. Except for Chiranadu, because I believe this is going to be the one Nadu that has to be given away. If my son has a grandson. I'm the heir to the Raj. Oh, yes. If it's given to me, then I'll probably give it to him, if I want to please him. Or just give it to some another Kannada person. I mean, they live there. Good. No need for a Parantaka the third, but what can we name him? Vijayatit. We never intended for the Chola dynasty to be forever, Jain. No. We only use that whenever, you know, when it's necessary. But once I pass, by hook or by crook, if that possessed trait doesn't go away anytime soon, give me a secluded meditation mission or something. Something that can help me. I don't know how you're doing. It's been a while. Search for a smith. Find me a goldsmith to create jewels befitting my status. That's what I am working on. Even if I die in my 50s, at least one of the last few things I want to do is... I received a letter from a fellow member of the Sraka Sangha, Mahidevi, Gujarati. My dear brother Vikramâtittâ, if you, as an Eastern scholar you are, please offer me some advice on my poetry or the attempt of it, read through the attached documents. There are multiple verses, all in the honor of the Tirthan goddess. Usually pick this because it's the right thing to do. But you're 66 years old. Just notice that just now. I know what you'll do. Mystically altered. You want me to build a temple? Well, it's gonna have to wait, because I'm trying to get my, get me some jewels. Oh, what the heck? No, don't do that. Some of the other choices you can do when you're deceitful or lunatic. The Abbasids have entered Rajasthan. That can't be good. And there's this mercenary band invading Gujarat, but the Gujaratis can defend themselves. Ayurveda and the goldsmith. Order an impressive set of jewels. Don't give away to charity, don't build any temples. Save it up in case if I get that event the third time where we'll get a high quality version of those set of jewels. Hey, how you guys doing? Right, it's kept me up to date on the progress of the crown jewelry. I knew they were nearing its completion, but when the heavy box was brought to me, I was still momentarily breathless with excitement. Right, let me see. Bejeweled dagger. This finely crafted dagger has a pommel set with sapphires and amethyst. The hilt is decorated with elaborately embroidered patterns in gold and silver threads. Necklace of radiance. When the light hits it, the gold and rubies of this necklace sparkle as if on fire. With the Abbasids still growing, how much... Jeez. I mean, obviously it has all these different wars that it's joined. How we're gonna deal with them. There's plenty of spots to build temples. Give me another book. Oh, hold on a minute. The Panchatantra. The Panchatantra is an ancient Indian collection of interrelated animal fables in Sanskrit, arranged within a frame story. The story has 5 sections on the loss of friends, on winning friends, war and peace, loss of gains, and hasty actions. Hell, where did Why didn't I have this book during that war? Also, did I just have another king? Maharashtra, Delhi, Telangana, Karnat. Oh, we lost that opportunity to form a second kingdom for ourselves. How much, wait, no. If you build it somewhere, like whichever doesn't have a fourth slot, like that hasn't been taken. Either this or this. What is? Just remember that. 500 some odd gold to build the temple in this province. Maybe I could become an archer just like my father. Sanhali's Hindu is going for Lanka. Good luck with that, because you may lose this one. I don't usually like to gossip, but I couldn't help agree with the gossiper. That proud courtier needs to get a grip on reality. Why am I doing this to my sister and friend who has cancer? It's not nice to talk about people behind their back, you know. Just wondering, how much piety do you have? Purity. Grandson. Oh, not, you know, the grandson. Oh, that's from my daughter. Died frothing around. Rabies. Never mind, I thought it was my son's son. My grandson. Thought it was him. Whew. Thank goodness. Oh yeah, you were the guru. But you can't have one anymore. You know, it's been a while. So while we look away from the Indian subcontinent, we did briefly look at the Abbasids, but over in Europe, Umayyads are encroaching on southern France, which means in 100 years' time, Crusades would begin early. Francia, which is strong, but the Umayyads are just as strong. Visited. Well, what the? Buddhists. Buddhists in Europe. This is just like my Assyrian playthrough. Hungarian Buddhist. Serbian Bottomite. Oh, Orthodox heresy. That's part of the Christian immersion mod. And look at this. Bulgar Buddhists. So these Tengri pagans have chosen Buddhism, but not all. They haven't converted yet. They haven't won all the hearts and minds in Buddhism. Vlach Buddhist. What's next? Bosnian Jains? I mean, Gavik's order, but yeah, you may never know how Eastern religions can enter into the West, just like my Assyrian playthrough, where there was a Norse Buddhist community in Denmark, and a small part of it in that area. So that's how they got there. Probably they've sent one of their raiders this way, and they raided this area. It's like, okay, you know what? Let's capture this area. And they decided to settle there, and they introduced Buddhism to the Balkans. Bulgaria in particular. But they haven't, you know, really establish themselves. They haven't laid the groundwork to proliferize the lands with Buddhism in Europe. But the nomads did. Very, very interesting. How about our immigrants? Oh, lost kind trait. Temple. Send it. Steward. Very good skill. Build it fast, which it'll be done about November of next year. Sure, yes. It's the best of the capability. Nothing wrong with the province. Curious about your faith. Give that other option. The Tagador is still yet to recover its population. It's terrible. He passed away. Died of cancer this year, and I didn't know. Unless I did, and I didn't pay attention. So that means me and my former wife, now Jain Nun, are the, well, is the Klinga woman still around? Yes. The last three living ones. Of noted individuals, names. Not by combat, but just by, names. If she keeps having anger issues like that, she might pass too. Oh, I saw what I saw. It's measles. Measles started in Gujarat. I don't think it'll make it all the way down here. Brother. My guru brother has passed away in a natural death. Which is now, this temple's taken over by Jain. Finally got you a position that you wanted, so I could stop swinging you. I was about to say, wait a minute. Kundaka Devi's mother? I didn't know very much about her, but I'm sure she was somewhat of a nice woman. Died of complications of the gout. I guess she probably knew the whole story about what happened out there. Anyways, let me see. Put these up too. Oh yeah, I just remembered, you want your city back. That was the law. That was the train of thought that I lost. Here, have it. Even though you'll be getting more money for this. I wish it was in Cholamandalum. But oh well. But the pirates have finally gone, but we have reprimanded merchants. About a couple more years. Let me give this a shot. Oh, just for that she kicked him out then. He went to Odessa. All the way over there. Where Buddhism and Tengrism tended to coexist. But whatever. Primary route and right route will be around for 100 years. Tamil Jain from... Yeah, where'd you come from? I mean, just based on your skills... We have better spy masters, but I guess we'll give it to him because vassals want to be him. You could say we already have good vassals, so I may have to order you to take vows because we need more members. There's a lack of that lately. Oh, Lord. Furious peasants. Disgruntled former soldier. Go take the vows. You could say, as a Jain, this is what we do with, criminals now. We don't execute. It's like, go be a monk. Help your lifestyle that way. That's your thing. Temple is finally finished. There's, more ships. Not only will have a strong army, but also a sizable navy to ferry our ships to come across wherever. And I become humble. If I guess you could say, if I can't get rid of possessed, then I might as well just become an archer. Yeah, and you want me to give rid of my steward? Let me see your stewardship skill. That's not good enough. Yes, we had our disagreement with what Chinese Civil War is over, and now it's once more ruled by a native Han emperor. Fang Gaozu, the former governor of Datong, now defeated not just the little armies, but several rival rebel factions. So, curses! There goes my peace deal with China. You're not expansions, are you? Doesn't like Latin Iberian cultures, but he likes eunuchs. Yeah, get rid of the club-footed guy. Got you a eunuch. Don't want to get rid of her. But since you got a bit of unrest, I'll give you a commander. Such as this guy, which I don't know what to do with him anymore. And maybe for once I may go to China to cut out before the Emperor. But then again, I'm very late in life, so you won't get much grace bonus. So it's whatever. Maybe the peace deal will be back on. Set the way 1 year. Save that old book. Yeah, books are starting to get old. So, have to sponsor goes Jain. So that way we can get some books from them. Need to start the book collection. Rashtrakuta claim on Koshala. Oh boy, Koshala. 4,000 versus 3,000. That's challenging unless you bring allies. I'm sure there will be a time we will fight the Abbasids. We can raid them, and they won't send their armies our way. How you doing, son? I know you're in your mid-20s, your range should have started early, but if it wasn't for me being possessed, then you could have had a great future. Here's the deal. If they win Koshala, I will fight a subjugation war against them. For Andhra. Right? Cousin, my Rajput cousin has passed due to measles. And he was also infirm. Who was the wife of my sister. That's it. Do we not have a court decision? Because how come nobody's treating nobody? Oh, we do. Might as well. It ain't my call. Subjugation. Fine then. The inbred still rules. He still rules that region. Oh, the Pala. They're even strength. Huh. Yeah, there's power differences, but soon. Tell you what, I'll start, you know, swaying him. So when your old man goes, and I hope we'll get to know each other better. Gee. Due to all this warfare up there, we're not getting any trade goods from there, but we can through there. Because it does turn. Huh. Yeah, maybe we'll be friends. Maharaja prospering again. And a pact is signed. No need for a marriage. If the Abbasids declare war against you, I will actually try to join. If not, then it's not. Oh, here we go. This will help us out. That's what I was waiting for. Help the infantry. We're getting there. Always happens. Haven't given me a mission yet? Well, keep donating to charity. You'll get some devotion. None of them against me yet, but they're all against this guy. As I said before, you should have been Maharaja now, but for some reason the, what's the name of the Jain evil god? But the Punishers in me are preventing me otherwise, because that's why I'm possessed. Hopefully find some great philosophers, and then we'll have the cultural tech points up. Granddaughter. Do I really want to reduce the vassal size just to increase the domain size? I don't need to hold any more lands. I'm happy that we got primogeniture. Visiting the monastery at which my order has convened this time, I join my fellow lay members in duly performing all tasks required of us. In the evening, after days hard work, the abbot gathers all the visiting lay members and reveals the monastery's great treasure. A great relic that's been safeguarded here for many generations. Let's celebrate its glory. I'm paying. I got money. And more charity. Alrighty. Too bad they never give me meditation. Sooner or later, it will be our turn. No longer deceitful. My offer of funding a celebration of the relic was well received, and has heightened my standing in the eyes of my brothers and sisters. For many days we sang, prayed, and paraded the holy relic around nearby villages. Donations to the monastery have increased greatly. All in all, it was a tremendous success. Well worth the money. The Society's members are pleased with my celebration. Does that mean they will look highly upon the celebrated artifact? And in about a year, she will finally get over the fact that she's been cloistered, and I'm sure, now that she's 50 years old, that her time there is well worth it, despite her pride. But she's more virtuous than sinful. One thing's for certain, as I will stop this episode here. One thing's for certain. Hopefully I don't live up to 70 and then my son grows old, because honestly, he deserves to be Maharaja now. He's got what it takes to, expand the realm. Not to mention all the artifacts he would be inheriting, since I can't become a Mooney because of my possession trait. Because I can't seem to get rid of it unless I have to do that, theology-focused related event where you go into seclusion, and there is a chance to get rid of possessed that way. I think I've seen that. You're doing alright. And also in the next episode, well, now that there's time, and look, no martial skill. He's frail. Terrible person. I mean, I was originally going to wait until he gets Kosala, and I thought, you know what, no. Next episode, take Andhra. And then we'll form a kingdom, so we can have 2 kingdoms. Just another big step for future generations to hopefully one day create the Deccan Empire. So hope to see you in the next episode, which I'm sure you probably, I don't know. It's just all in a hard day's work. Especially when we subjugated it, vassalized, subjugated those areas. I mean, at least we did something. We'll be doing something more on the next episode. Until then, so long for now.